This is the mini mill I'll be using to do my machining out of the blank. You could also set up a drill press to do this, and also use your router to do this also. But I have the mill, so I'm going to use that. Alright, I might as well show you my mill setup. What I've done is I have a set of parallel bars that I set up in the vise, and that's to hold the surface parallel. Then I'll enter my piece into it, keeping the parallel bars on the edge. Then what I'm going to do is set up my 2" with the end of the vise. This doesn't really have to be real accurate, is the distance from the edge, but that's close enough. Then I'll tighten the vise. Snug it. Give it a little tap. Snug a little. This plastic you have to watch because it'll bow on you, but you want it tight enough to hold in there. Now what I also have done to my setup is I've put little C-clamps, one here, and that's acts as a stop for the travel. And I also have another one located back here for the other stop. So, and what I've also done is underneath I put on some painter's tape, and once I had my locations, I put a little X and traced out my pointer at the different stops, so that I don't have to count the revolutions on my travel on my table. This here has a stop at the end, which I said this here where it rides underneath and it'll stop. That's set up for that, and this is set up for the front stop. And so I could just look down here when it gets to there, I know where I'm at my starting point, just to make it a little bit faster and a repetitive operation. Another nice little device that I got for locating is this. This is a laser that mounts in your chuck. Normally you'd mount this stuff into proper size collets, but being I'm going to change out between bits and mills, I just left the chuck in. So you install the laser in the chuck, and then you can see how the line on the laser, I lined it up so it's perfectly on the etched line, the center. That's how I know that I'm centered. It's a nice little device to have, but it's the more precise you can get. You want to be dead on this if you can. So this helps out a lot. So first I have my 1/4" spiral down cut bit I'm using. I have that installed into the chuck it up. This hole just gets drilled through, and then we'll go down to where we got to mill a slot. Now I'll just move it down. And I'll go to my mark that I have marked underneath. It should be there. And I'll take it to where it started. The touch. I'll take it down to about 1/8 of an inch deep, and then I'll start to slot it. I'll lock the head in. That's when I've hit my stops. Clean it up a little bit. Now I'll continue all the way down through and cut the slot back. That completes the 1/4 inch slot. This has to have halfway through the material, like an 1/8 inch deep, it has to have a 1/2 inch slot. So I'll change the bit out to a 1/2 inch mill. And also the first hole gets countersunk. Alright, I've changed my bit out to a 1/2 inch. In this case I'm using a router bit. And we'll mill the slot. And I've already preset my 1/8 inch depth stop. The counter bore the first hole. And there I hit my stop. So now it's just a matter of just slide the template down, line it up for the next series of cuts, and I'll complete it.